What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're looking at something quite odd. Can you believe it? You know, when the World Cup's all over, the great story of South Africa beating England fair and square, there's still people out there who are trying to make excuses. And now the latest coming from Rugby Onslaught have said that unseen footage proves Rugby World Cup officials were in on helping the Springboks win. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we go back to the first game when the Springboks took on the mighty All Blacks. When Jerome Garcia was doing the coin toss, he showed the boys heads, tails, flicked the coin, and it was actually landed on heads, which Kieran Reid called. But Jerome said, "Sia, take it." And as that went on, there's a image of it on the video that shows that Kieran Reid questions and says to Jerome, "Oi, that was heads, we technically won." Anyway, cutting a long story short, they understood and went their own ways, shook hands, and the game went on. But now, according to Rugby Onslaught, they reckon that the match officials were assisting South Africa in their process to winning the Rugby World Cup. Let's not forget, this game we were outplayed, outskilled, and dominated by the All Blacks. There's no need for trying to make excuses. The All Blacks played a phenomenal game against the Springboks in that opener and deserved to win. So whether or not that call went our way or New Zealand's way, there's no ways a coin toss is going to affect the position. Yes, it's good to have your advantage of which way to play and all that stuff. But to me personally, the coin toss doesn't or can't decide where or how or who the heck is going to win, in my personal opinion. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a lot more to it. But for me, the coin toss is a little bit more valuable in cricket because you judge the pitch of if it's going to get wear or tear or when's the best time to bat a ball. Rugby, all right, we're going to play the side with the wind against the wind. Right, at the end of the day, you're still going to have the other half where you're going to have that disadvantage or advantage. So I don't see the big hoo-ha around it and how South Africans' win of the World Cup can be declared due to officiating. And I know Rugby Onslaught is popular for going a bit against, actually they're quite harsh on New Zealand rather than South Africa, but this time they're actually in favour of New Zealand over South Africa. There's also another article that Rugby Onslaught goes, so go check them out, rugbyonslaught.com, where they are claiming that FAF or South Africa had a very sneaky tactic where our defence rate against Wales and England was so on point because we had Jacques, who's our new coach, on the sideline. So he was calling for the boys to say, watch the defence, all that. He's allowed on the field, firstly, because he's technically a physician. So he's allowed on. So he had all rights. And for me, it's a smart move to have a bloke on the field analysing the game, checking in for injuries, but also giving the instructions. If you qualified in different categories, let's say you're a digital specialist, but yet you know how to develop, having that in your team so you can do two things at once is a valuable asset to your company, to your team. So if not, why not? So I don't see why that was a problem. But going back to this game, I mean, New Zealand won fair and square. Whether the coin toss was there, New Zealand were the better team. And that's the sad thing, that we didn't get to see that All Black South Africa final. But at the end of the day, England outplayed New Zealand and won and got to the final. If we go back to that final coin toss, you see Kolisi's spot on focused. He's ready. Whereas Owen Farrell's pretty much looking out to the open, not looking like he's there. And I mean, it just came to show that all the gas that England had was obviously provided in that All Black game, thinking that they would go in and maybe take South Africa out. And they underestimated us. Cleveland Colby, Makazolo Mapimpi, the team played and gelled well, as well as Andre Pollard. So for me, claiming this is South African officials or the officials help South Africa is absolute bullshit. And I'm going to quote the line that they've said in the article. Could the officials be on the side with South Africa? Could Rassie have slipped Jerome a rand or two before the coin toss? Do you honestly think a man of Rassie Rasmus's caliber will bribe or go into bribery or match fixing? Come on. We knew South Africa wanted to establish an aerial dominance before the game, and therefore winning the kickoff was pivotal. The Rugby World Cup was won by the Springboks, but they lost this game to the All Blacks. Exactly. We came back, we lost. And it says winning the kick-off was pivotal. Whether we won it or not, let's put it this way. New Zealand were focused. New Zealand were ready. South Africa weren't. So I do not see whether we got that coin toss or not. The result wouldn't have changed. All Blacks were there to win that game. So they go on. This certainly leaves more questions than answers here, but we are certain that there will need to be some sort of inquest into this incredible new evidence. And then they obviously go to World Rugby. There's New Zealand versus South Africa, the Rugby World Cup game. It is live on the internet on World Rugby's YouTube channel. And go check out that start. Or go to Rugby Onslaught. They've got a bit of code in where you can see that moment. And you could see Kieran Reid called it out and it got there. I'm telling you now, if we had won that, if Jerome given us that coin toss, New Zealand still would have won. With all due respect to both teams. I mean, it's just they were the better team on the day. And then South Africa came back and played their absolute hearts out and showed why they were capable. But going into the Wales game, I mean, yes, there's so much talk of Wales were on fire and had opportunities and were unlucky in certain instances. But the defence tactics from Jacques and Faf was brilliant, and that outskilled the game and got South Africa ahead of Wales. Same goes to the World Cup final. Pretty much you can't find fault in that final. South Africa played the better game and deserved to win. So this, I think, is absolute hogwash what they're talking about South Africa getting match officials. First of all, we are one of the teams to complain about Jerome Garcia more. When Jerome Garcia was announced for the final and for this game, we were complaining. I'm telling you now, the amount of shit calls that man has called. Credit to him on the final, it was good, and this game was okay-ish, but still, there's no ways he would have been given it. And there were some calls in this very game that didn't go South Africa's way. So come on, mate. There's no ways we are buddy-buddy with Jerome Garcia, and there's no ways Rassie would bribe him in order to try and help us win the Rugby World Cup. The man is way too intelligent to do something like that. But a clever article definitely got me to read it, definitely got me to talk about it, definitely got me to promote it. So Rugby Onslaught, you did your job. But thank you for giving me a video to talk about it, to chat and get your guys' opinions. That's gonna do it for today's one. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you actually maybe think that Rugby Onslaught is right? Or do you think they're also talking a little bit of bull dust? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you real soon for another one. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.